Good morning. As I come to you this morning, you can probably hear the birds behind me and some crickets and see the beautiful roses. A different picture than we see than when we turn on the media or we drive down the street. And for many people, this is causing a lot of anxiety. This is causing a lot of stress. And in having that stress and anxiety, people are starting to respond to people the way they might not want to. The reason for this is that there's so much going on in the world around us. And this has gone on through all of time. From the beginning of time, in fact. Injustice has been with us. Does that make it right? No. Does that make it that we stand silent? No. But it does make a point that we do so in the way that God would have us do it. In Psalms 46:10, it says, "Be still and know that I am God, and that I will be exalted among the nations and exalted on the earth." If you read this in the NIV or another translation, it actually says, "Stop your fighting and know that I am God." Right now, people are reacting to the injustice of the injustice around them. And when we become reactionary to a situation, we get trapped into a ever-ending loop, one that often is not productive. And even though well-meaning, can also be a deterrent to what we want to accomplish. So this morning, as you go about your day, stop and think. Think about what God has done for you in your life, what He has provided for you in your life, what has made your life amazing. That, but in fact, you are here because He has given you life. Today, we stand together all across our nation, all across our world, out of love for each other. Or that's the way we should be doing it. And in that love, we find that we're the same. Maybe wrapped in a different package. Maybe think differently, believe differently. But we are all created in God's own image. And this morning, instead of fighting against each other, let us be still. Let us be still and know that God has something better for His people and for those that don't follow Him. And that is the love of God, the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. When we allow that to be in control of our lives, when we allow God to be our focus and our center, it changes the dynamic of our conversations, changes the dynamic of our thoughts, and how we look at the world around us. So that's my challenge for you today, is to stop, breathe, and think. Maybe it's not having to have the last word or maybe even the first word, but listening to those around you. Maybe it's crying with someone that's grieving. Maybe it's understanding the frustration that someone else shares. But then stepping back and listening to the voice of God telling you to rest in Him. Satan likes to be divisive and create chaos. And God is the opposite because He brings peace. It says right here as a promise that He will be exalted in the nations, exalted on the earth. Hold firm to that promise today. Don't allow emotions and chaos to rule your life and your heart, but the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. Be blessed. We'll see you on Sunday. I pray that the rest of your week you will find the peace of God, that you'll be purposeful in seeking Him out, and then moment by moment giving Him your frustration and anxiety and resting in Him. God, your Savior, God who created the earth, the God that loves you, cares for you, and brings hope.